Sir, are you the director here or the
I'm the branch manager.
branch manager? So could you explain it to the what kind of services you provide here in the pandemic, keeping the library open?
Specifically while we're open right now? Or,
General
all
or
of our
specific?
materials are available to check out. We're doing providing it by a request model. People can place requests online.
So people online call in or
people
order?
can call in, or they can place requests online. Normally that's requests are something that we charge for. We're not charging right now because this is the only way we can do.
So if not COVID, I call in, I would have a charge to pull a book for me.
If it's something that's on the shelf and we just pull it aside, that's no charge. If it's something that's checked out that you want to have reserved when it comes back, or if it's something that is at another location and you want it sent here for you to pick up here, that's when there's the charge. But again, we're not charging anything right now. We're not collecting fines right now.
Late fees, you mean?
We're not collecting late fees. If you return something, when we check it in, we're checking it in without fines. We're having to quarantine materials as they're returned. We hold them for 4 days, at least, a little more.
Yeah, the germs.
But yeah, we quarantine them before we check them in. So when we check them in, we're checking them in without fines. Let's see. Even with pandemic, we continue to offer our summer reading program this year, which just ended last week.
That's where the mayor reads and the other stuff?
No,
that's a different program.
With the mayor was kind of a different
That's a different. So the reading program is...
Our summer reading program is something we do every year. It's for all ages, from infants through adults. Normally it works in a way that you come in, you sign up, you keep track of how much reading you're doing or using other materials. It's not just reading anymore. It's if you're using any of our materials, you complete a certain number of hours, you come in and get a prize. This year, because of pandemic, people were doing all of their recording at home and just coming in at the end to get a prize. So that's something that was a little bit different. Normally during summer reading program, we continue to offer our story times all the time. During summer reading program, we usually have events going on every week for adults or kids. This year, again, because we're closed, we migrated as many of those as we could online.
Yeah.
So we had librarians filming story times to post online. We had the programs that we would normally do in person. We found ways to try to do those online. We had a video of somebody doing a cookie decorating demonstration, which is something we would usually have inside, but we couldn't. So
yeah. So how many people showed up today for this door?
At our door?
Yeah, today.
I don't know the count today because I just came back from lunch. I can tell you that for the last 7 weeks or so.
Okay, how many a day you think?
It usually is about 50 a day.
50, so 50 people come to the door and pick up books or return books, either way?
The returns are just in the book drop right now.
Just book drop, so about 50 people come and pick up book or a video. All right, and the rest of the services is online?
At the moment, almost everything else is online.
And all this setup is like, you know, leaving the door open and running the air conditioning and manning this library is like came down from a higher order, like the city manager or the I'm suppose, you know.
The instructions we got came from the city librarian and administration. I don't know for
sure.
So
you got your orders from the librarian director.
Our instructions came from the city librarian, but I don't know exactly what the chain was for her.
Yeah, I understand. I just want my viewers to know. So this is not like you come into work today and then you, let's leave the door open and.
No, and from what I was talking with one of my colleagues who was working at one of the other branches, and one of the other branches. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little long-winded here. Our checkout desk is right next to the front door.
Yeah,
At other branches, the desks are a little bit further, and there's at least one that's on a very busy street where they have the doors closed, and they're opening just for...
So the doors are open because I was at Voltaria Library, and I see the same setup as here. So
and you probably see the same if
yeah,
you
I
work
was
with it
just
if you
my
went to other
concern
branches.
about this thing. It's not too many people. 50 people is like nothing. If you add up all the libraries, maybe a couple of hundred people or 500 people if they use the library system, and keeping up the air conditioning, the staff. You get paid.
Let me do some quick math here. We're keeping statistics. Again, it's early in the week, but for the last week, I would estimate that across all the locations we had probably somewhere between 900 and 1,000 users overall.
A week.
Yeah, which is considerably lower than normal.
The regular, yeah.
But
Because I tell you what, lately, not before even the pandemic, what I find out, libraries basically like daycare centers,
oh,
the
sure,
kids.
would
I
argue
wouldn't
that
even
with
come
you.
to the library after 3 o'clock because anything I notice, the libraries are full of kids are doing homeworks, and I think they are just daycare centers until the people, free daycare centers until the people pick up their kids.
There are people who tend to use us that way, but that is one small piece of everything.
Small
that we
piece of.
do.
The rest of the kids come in and study for the homeworks.
Well, and it varies a lot on location. Our branches that are very close to schools have much more of what you described.
Yeah,
Our
I
location-
saw that at Voltaria especially.
Yeah.
I don't know here. I used to come here when my kid was a baby, but lately I have
we're
to tell you
a little bit further. We're not
a little.
so close to schools,
You're not
so-
in the walking home path.
So most of the kids who come here after school legitimately come to do homework, often with their parents. We have some kids who meet with tutors here, so our situation here is different than the others. But yeah, there are people who use the library as you described, but
Yes.
that again is one small piece of
Yes.
what we do.
Anyway, thank you for giving me a little
You're welcome.
heads up. I was just only interested also because last week or 2 weeks ago they approved, I don't know, $1 million some for the library books, and nobody allowed in the library. So
Well, that doesn't mean that the material.
I know, but also what they forget, people can get anything on online now. You know what I mean?
The
So
difference is that we provide our services free. Amazon's
Free.
not just going to give you the book that you want.
well, you have an internet, and customers. All right.
Again,
Okay.
I
So they are the 51st one today.
don't know. I told you I don't
All
know
right.
the exact
Okay,
number
sir.
today.
Thank you very much.
I called earlier.
Oh.
I was wrong, and it was tucked away in our house somewhere, so I
Very
found
good.
it. I'll
Okay.
put
Thank
it
you
in
very
the
much, sir.
You're welcome. Have a
Keep up the good work. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.